No, I got to leave in.
Honey, my bad. That was me this time. You know, I'm usually 13 minutes ahead of time. So, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for leaning in. Um, I've missed you guys.
It's been a while. Miss you
Honey,
too.
you got a little cut, don't you? Got a little. It's giving. It's giving. Anyway, Asia, it's been a long time. My sister, how are you doing? You look beautiful.
I think you look beautiful as well.
You ain't got to lie, honey. I look like Viola Davis in the hip. So
Golly.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I look a mess though. It's fine. Antonio, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Blessed and
Yeah.
highly favored. Danny, I didn't ask, but how are you doing today?
I'm tired, child. I'm so
Oh,
tired.
you're so tired. These
But
two
otherwise, good.
boots have really drained me because they were so disappointing. I think both episodes were a little bit of a drag, but I'm here to get everybody's opinion. Please let us know in the comments how you felt last week's episode and this Sunday's episode. Give us I guess a rank of 1 to 10 for both. Okay. Um, Danny, how did you feel? Give me a rank on last week's and this week's episode.
Last week, I'm going to give about a 4.
Okay.
This week, I'll give about a 6.5.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I did a little bit of a jump.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you feel about it?
Last week was a 3.79, and this week was a 6.56.
Wow.
So specific. That's very Keith Lee.
Numbers behind it, that's killing me. Antonio, how did you feel about the last two episodes?
I'll give last week 4. This 3.5. This week I'll give it a 5.5. So we're gonna meet right there, 4.5, I guess.
A 4.5. Okay, thanks for the good average. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'm gonna give it an average about a 5. A 5 point. You know, I'm a little bit more gracious than everyone else, so I do about a 5.4. I am in my continuing era, Asia. You knew that. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick rundown of last week's episode because again, it was a draft. So please let us know about everybody's opinion in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go for last week. Okay, so the points I have for last week is cooking with Robyn and Mia, Juan, and what is Mia's husband's name?
G.
Oh.
Gordon.
Gordon. I keep forgetting. I thought it was that man that was meeting with Carlos King the other day. So
golly.
This is not congenial.
I started so early. So maybe that's one of my little things. You know, we're gonna make that like a quick little thing. They were making looks like some Alfredo or something like that together. Mia throws in a little, some questions, and this is when sometimes Mia kind of does what she's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's asking the hard questions that nobody can seem to get one in the room outside of, just a quick athletic thing or something. So she's asking him about the card, why he didn't call the card in, and basically kind of trying to get that information. She says that him and Robyn have the same story, so they have definitely rehearsed it. So I want to ask you guys real quick what you guys think about that. Did y'all like the little date thing? I think it's also quite funny that Mia also always kind of brings up how she's broke. And the reason we're doing this is because we don't have a nanny or a maid anymore. So Gordon cooks a lot more. So I think that is also very cute. So quick summary, how you guys think. Asia, haven't heard from you in so long. Please be the first to break this ice for me.
Robyn is so raggedy. She was letting that, she looked so embarrassed when he was trying to explain, and you can see her eyes was kind of going up a little bit as she was pulling that pasta, trying to make sure he said the same story that she said. And when what was her name? Not Wendy. What's the light-skinned lady name?
Mia.
Mia said, it checks out, but it was the same story, but and she was right. Robyn is embarrassing. Like, I just wish she would go with the 58% of her and leave us alone.
Oh wow, thank you for that. Antonio, how did you feel about it?
This scene, I agree. It was kind of embarrassing. Robyn did look a little embarrassed and uncomfortable. However, Juan to me seemed very comfortable speaking about it. Even in the preview, when they kind of seemed like Mia was kind of throwing Juan a bone when she was like, "Oh, you called it in." He was like specific and no, I went over there. And he, always gets a little snippy and like, well, I don't have to explain nothing and blah, blah, blah. But I do applaud Mia for at least trying to get something out of it. And I'm sure that's why they even invited them to dinner, so that she could be a little nosy. And I'm not mad at it.
True. Danny?
So, you know how Robyn always tries to walk around saying like she don't care and all this stuff?
Cares.
Even if you wanted to believe her, seeing how Juan truly doesn't care, you end up seeing that Robyn really cares, because it's such a contrast with the way they both act and saying, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
And Robyn really cares. And she was so nervous, she couldn't even roll her pasta right, wondering what he was going to say.
She was like, shit.
That was so embarrassing. That was the embarrassing part.
That flour, that thing, I'm surprised it wasn't all in her eyes and her face and lips, because baby, she was trembling so bad.
Threw Robyn all off. She couldn't even crack her eggs right.
She couldn't, throw her right off of that little hill. Did it not slide off that hill? Honey,
she was so worried.
It was so embarrassing. That's an embarrassing young lady.
But like Karen say,
Yeah.
If she all right with it,
I'm okay with it.
Hell are we gonna do?
I mean, she looked like she was doing a mannequin challenge when he was like, she was like,
she was back.
I thought she was
that
on
girl was a real crowd pleaser.
Come on, because honey, okay, just making sure we said that. Okay, so I think we all in agreement with that, of that issue, whatever. The next couple scenes were we're kind of quick, Karen's arguing with Ray about rushing her off the phone, about telling him about that 5% calcium that's built up in her heart. And
I think that's kind of like a regular amount, I think.
You know why I think he rushed her off, Jasmine? I think he rushed her off and said, girl, you only worry about your 5%. I got probably 85%.
89. Correct. He was like, I was in the bathroom now. I'm running late. I was like, girl, Karen, leave that man alone.
And knowing Ray can't move that fast. I mean, I'm sorry.
He shuffled.
I had to get up.
Not he sauntered.
He was like, I heard you now. You got the regular amount. Good. So Wendy is talking. Wendy in the next scene is talking to her mother about NECA. And the people on Twitter, I've been reading a lot of I try to get a little bit of information about how everybody else is feeling about that. Well, her mother said it was an elective surgery. And then when it was like, wait a minute, when I was in Austin, you went to the hospital for elective surgery. She was like, oh no, I had complications from elective surgery. So a lot of people are saying that Wendy's mom is lying about it or whatever, that Wendy knew that she was going to the hospital. It's a lot of back and forth on that, of course.
Do we care?
I'm in a medical champion. I don't know.
I had a surgery, whether she picked it or not. We already saw what she did with the skin. Like, she was in the hospital.
She was in the hospital. No.
We don't care.
Asia, I can't cut this off because I'm the host.
Asia is vicious tonight.
But the people are talking about Wendy. I love you, so I hate to do this, but the people are talking about Wendy's mom's skin complexion changing from the first Michael Jackson to the last Michael Jackson, and I'm just going to talk about the notes. Please in the comments, let us know how you feel about that. She also brought up the fact that, the conversation with Lev. She basically said she called Lev to, kind of get her back in the friendship with the sister. How it's easy to lose a friend, but I mean, what is it? Easy to lose a friend, easy to make an enemy or something like that. Basically, you need to be back a friend before I put a spell on you. Do we believe that the issue of the being in hospital, and do we believe, the story about the shrine? She said she don't know the girl. She was like, honey, she don't know her. And do you believe that her skin just changed because she has vitiligo? Antonio, you can go first.
The one who didn't raise his hand.
Y'all too anxious for me. Y'all too anxious.
Okay, so hold up. Do I believe that she might have been in the hospital? Yes, it's possibility that she could have been in the hospital. Now, whether it was from an elective surgery or not, I'm gonna go with yes on that as well. It was from an elective surgery, and I don't know because she's still, yeah.
Wait, because she still thickums and jiggles. Okay.
Yeah. So nothing changed.
Actually, was the thing. Was she gonna change her skin back to the original color? What was
Okay.
it?
Maybe she got the lap band because it take that a while for it to for it to start working. So that's what I'm gonna say. She got that lap band thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So outside of that, but in regards to the whole lebe and the phone call, the mama, my name is not Susan. She did all of that. She really did. And for her to sit up there and act, kind of like, now what's her name again? Lebe. You know what that lady name is.
Lebe.
You said just like her.
Lebe. You know what her name is. Stop playing. The mama the mama definitely made them phone calls. And what she said on them calls, I'm not sure, but she definitely knew what was going on. She knew a lot more than what she was telling Wendy that she knew. And she did a lot more than she told Wendy that she did and said.
Okay.
Susan needs to stop playing.
Robyn's was. Danny?
So I'm going to give Wendy the benefit of that with the hospital thing, because she did tell the girl she didn't know why she was in the hospital. She just said she in the hospital having a procedure. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt with that. Girl, you did not help your mom's case at all, or yours, having her come speak. Even Eddie said, damn it, and started walking down. They showed him going down the stairs and leaving, because even he knew that was a shit show. It did nothing but confirm that she definitely told that woman she was going to hell and was going to be in fire. I'm sorry. It ain't do nothing but confirm that. And Wendy, I love Wendy, but I always try to be unbiased. I'm going to be unbiased. She made them phone calls.
Okay.
For sure.
Asia, how do you feel?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What Harry Potter house y'all think Wendy mama in?
Hey.
Slytherin.
Yeah, it's Slytherin eyes, right?
Hey.
Like I'm over calling her a witch, but I will call her a wizard. Like,
oh,
all right, Mrs. Hufflepuff.
Susan, the damn wizard.
She is a wizard, baby. But the way she went from light skin Michael Jackson to dark skin Michael Jackson back to light skin Michael Jackson, like she doing it. She knows some spells.
She Professor Snipe complexion.
No, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for you guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and move on down. Ease on down the road. Oh, sorry. So, thank you guys for that. I agree. Don't ask me who I agree with. I just agree. So, yeah, Giselle and Grace. So, this was cute. They're going to do self-defense classes and things like that. Okay. If she was that weird, she should have never sent her to FAMU. But no, I'm just kidding. It was written down in my notes. I don't know who wrote it. But Giselle should have never sent it to FAMU if she was so concerned. But no, that's just what somebody had wrote. But I thought it was a good idea to kind of, it's clear that if Giselle is not really telling the truth about anything else, it's about the love she has for those kids. So I thought it was cute. Calling Jason in the middle of that, I just feel like Grace wants Jason. And that's how I feel. Outside of that, I just thought it was a cute little scene. Giselle is goofy. She said she never had a man before. Anybody have anything to add on that? What did you say?
I can't say. She didn't say nothing.
She didn't say nothing. But all I'm gonna say is home. I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay. See my man. Hey. Okay. Sorry. Outside of that, I think everybody kind of agrees. But
she was like, hold up, woman. She was like, "Hey, Jay."
But that's
how she was.
That's just our opinion.
Father like daughter.
Right. No, not me. I'm not talking about anybody's kids.
Me.
But,
she's 18.
She's 18, but she's at FAMU. So outside of that, Candiace is coming from the doctor. She has 2 lumps. She has breast cancer in the family, so she's worried. Just want to throw that out there. She meets with Ineka. I think that they do have parallel, lives. And I think that their conversation was kind of beneficial to kind of the ins or outs of their friendship if they have one. Actually, Candiace realizes that they have a lot of similarities, but she also realizes that with her friendship, she has to walk on eggshells. And Neka feels like she doesn't, to get a friendship together with Candiace, that they would have to get over the Wendy situation as well. So that's pretty much all I had on last week's episode. Wasn't that much really going on. So anybody got some little summaries they want to throw out there? I'll start with you, Danny. Oh, no, that wasn't the last thing. Sorry, guys. Before I stop, I wanted to jump into the PAVE event. I did forget about that one. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, the most important part of the episode.
That was the most important part, besides Grace and Jason. So, sorry. So that's the PAVE event. If you've watched the seasons previously, that Karen is very serious about the sexual assault of Brandon that she does with PAVE. And Mia seems like she's the most affected. There's the girls playing the guitar, singing a really beautiful song. She goes to the bathroom, and we learn, by Ashley following her to the bathroom, that the reason why Mia might be a little bit mean to Jacqueline is because of the projection of her leaving, Jacqueline leaving her in the instance that she might have been sexually assaulted by her boyfriend. Did I catch that right?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend? Okay.
Jacqueline's boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Jacqueline's boyfriend. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. She said she knows it's not right, but you still can't help that. So that was actually the end of my notes for that. I thought that was really powerful and pivotal to the relationship that we saw with them. Because a lot of people was saying that Mia was being a bad friend, but do we think that makes it right to have that acknowledgement of what happened and still kind of using that as a reason to be mean with her in your 40s? So
here's the thing. I think it would depend, and we don't know on what Jacqueline's reaction to it would have been. Maybe how she handled knowing that could be the reason why Mia has some resentment. But to be honest, even that didn't stick out to me. What stuck out to me most in this scene was that the whole season, Mia and her big feet have been chasing Robyn every time she goes to the bathroom. The one time she got upset, Robyn looked at her ass and went right back to listening to that boring song, and didn't go comfort Mia at all. So I did notice that. That's all that stood out to me.
Okay. Asia?
A for acknowledgement, Mia. I think this is going to it made me want to keep Mia on the show for the first time ever.
Yeah.
It made me want to see how Mia and Wendy would actually get along. Like it made me want to shift focus on Mia this episode. I want her and Wendy to get along because I think that together they have powerful different stories that could help move the franchise forward. But yeah, A for acknowledgement. I think it takes a big person to be like, dang, this is why I love my friend, but this is why I don't like her. So who knows, like it whenever she came to that realization, but good for her putting it on the show. I liked it. No, it ain't right. But it's the start to acknowledge it in front of everybody, and they cool now, so maybe they talk about it.
Yeah.
Antonio?
I agree with everything they both said. Mia has actually this season kind of, I don't know, made me I was disliking. Now I'm kind of liking. I like for the most part what she's done this season. In that moment, she did seem very genuine, and she did seem like she really was impacted by what happened to her in the past. And like Asia said, acknowledging is the first step. But like Mia said, sometimes you don't really see, or I guess I pay attention to it until afterwards, and you kind of looking back on stuff or seeing it back, and you're like, dang, I was really mean for no reason. But, it probably came from, her having resentment towards Jacqueline for leaving her there with her boyfriend at the time. So that event was really really powerful. It was also another thing was like it was crazy to me that a lot of them have, it's only what 7 of them or so on the cast. A lot of them have experienced sexual assault in some way in their life. So that was very, very crazy to me. Those numbers were so great event
amongst Black women. If you just be 100% honest, like we go through it all the time. We just
don't talk about it. So
a safe space isn't given.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you talk, Asia?
Yeah. I didn't say that. Maybe she's terrible.
I just want to make sure because I was gonna say now, I know I make fun of Jocelyn. I mean, Mia's cabaret. But I do believe her. But at the same time, I think that could also be used as an excuse for her to be mean to Jacqueline. I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm not judging on it because everybody handles things differently. So I'm just gonna say that if you're gonna be friends with somebody after those type of incidents, then you need to be a friend or not. Nobody's gonna judge you for not being her friend. So that is the recap for last week. Woo! I have struggled to keep my eyes open. But anyway, sorry.
Damn.
My bad. It was kind of boring, but I mean, there was a good, powerful ending on that. But again, I do agree with you, Danny. Robyn and her, she did not get up. So this Sunday, we start the show with Karen and Raven at the tattoo shop getting matching tattoos for Mother's Day. Raven does a confessional with Karen and tells us what she's been up to. Now, the people online have been going back and forth about Raven's new dude. The shortcut is giving something people are saying. Now, actually,
very reflective of the sorority that she played.
Right. So anyway, just wanted to ask you guys how y'all felt about that dude, because that's what people are talking about.
The dude ain't doing.
Oh, okay.
The dude did it.
The do is done.
Okay.
Do what it do. Like I said, didn't she play some like Russian white sorority?
Do what it do. Oh, I thought she played. She might have played Delta Gamma or something. I don't know. And the dude,
and it's reflective.
The dude is doo-doo. But no, she
looked unfinished.
But I can see where she was going with the dress.
Yeah, but let her get there. But to talk
she was cute though. She's cute. It was just the hair. It was giving like Ashley Darby. I'm trying to find it.
It was completely folded under.
It was just real.
Somebody put the sound effects in there.
Go ahead. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, Antonio.
It was real tight. But she's cute. I've always liked Raven because she seems like she walks to the beat of her own drum, and I like that.
She does. I agree with that.
Really don't like Giselle.
She does
really
not.
Don't. I don't think she liked Grace either.
Because I heard I was volunteered for breakfast.
She was like volunteered, glad, happy. That's
right. She is her mother's daughter.
I got a job, like a real one.
Ooh, but I think she's doing so well. So she's outside of New York. She's doing the PR thing. She's doing fashion week. She's doing social media branding. She's living a really good life, and I think ultimately that's what Karen wants for her.
And she goes to the Met every year. So,
honey, do we see pictures? Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She'd be more on theme than some of the celebrities, but I won't.
Now that I can see, because I'm like, but anyway, she tells Raven that she wants her to give Grace some advice about going to college. Raven seems apprehensive due to the years of tension between Giselle and Karen. Now, these tattoos are small as hell, but I appreciate the sentiment. I could not even see it. Now, I have about 7 tattoos, so I'm not gonna do that, but just before I end that, Candiace is we moved to scenes. Candiace is with Big Dot making plans for a Mother Day event. She's inviting everyone but Giselle, including Ashley and Miss Sheila. So just wanted to kind of get how you guys felt about that, starting with Antonio.
I thought that was good. I didn't think that because if she would have invited Giselle wouldn't have accepted it anyway. So don't even waste the time in doing that. Giselle is stuck in where she is and she doesn't want to even try to move forward. That's why she needs to go. But I was excited about the event. Initially, though, when they would sit down, I was like, oh, Candiace finna drop a perfume too. But then it was like that was part of the entire event. So come on for some luxuriousness in the RHOP. Because I don't want to see no more
pickles.
fall field days with silver
chicken shit bingo.
Chicken
Ashley under the bridge.
Birds walking around.
Any of that.
Ashley's Airbnb house.
Asia.
Any of that.
I feel like the last time I saw anything luxurious on this show was from Candiace and her cabin trip, or that trip that they did. That was the last time I saw
with
it.
The house.
Yeah, that was a nice house. It had the estate. And again, leave it to Candiace to actually bring what viewers like, even though they don't like her, even though her whole shit with Robyn is like ridiculous. Because she doesn't understand why Robyn don't like her no more. But two shots for the really nice brunch with the perfumery and the gown. Like, it was just very nice. It's what we all been waiting to see for a long time. So I know people want Candiace gone or whatever, but she's the only one who has like
taste,
a little bit of taste, and no kids, so she can do it. I think Wendy has taste. Wendy doesn't have time to do a lot of the stuff. But
also, Candiace grew up,
in luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and it shows.
That's what she knows.
That's what
it shows. And thank God, because it saved the episode.
But you know what, Asia? And I think even if some of them had the taste, some of them don't have the funds to put on an event of that type.
You calling them broke? Oh,
Some of them.
Most of them. Yeah.
We got to go in the house. We got to go in the houses with unfinished driveways with no bathroom to use for people holding up steins on popsicle sticks saying reasonably or shady. So I mean, I'm just glad that this scene. I just lived like it was very, and I understood and actually kind of respected Robyn declining the invite. I respected that. I think it's probably the only respectable thing she's done since she's been on the show. But I also feel like if Giselle was invited and went, Robyn would have gone too.
Which is so sad.
Absolutely.
It's so sad. Giselle, like everybody said, they're not going to get rid of Giselle. But it's just like she really brings down the show. Robyn would be way more interesting without Giselle.
I think so as well.
You think
I really do.
I know.
Would have made up with Candiace already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 42% of her, I wouldn't mind.
Woo! Not Anglo-Saxon. Okay, so not an Anglo.
That 42% would really, come out and we would enjoy it.
That's crazy. Well, I did it. I think I think with
Jazz.
What you think?
Did I gas you, Jazz?
Mannequin challenge. I mean, I agree. Don't ask me who I agree with. Just know that I agree. The next scene, Wendy is meeting up about her talk show with potential producers. Wendy said that she had to fire Marsha because she wanted 50% ownership, which is bananas. What do we think about Wendy in this show idea? She said that she wanted to be love and hip hop, but also wanted to be Martha Stewart. So she wanted that to be in the middle. What people in the comments, please let me know. What do we think about Wendy in a talk show? Do we think that she would be successful? Danny?
I don't think of it.
Okay.
I subscribed to it already.
You did? Do you like it?
It's actually good.
I think
really?
It's good. Yeah.
I'll watch it based off your recommend.
It's not too long. It's on YouTube and it's good. I mean, it's not bad.
She's better than Jennifer Hudson.
Not too much of my girl now.
I'll say it's about equal.
What you saying?
Well,
I can see her being better than Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah,
I like Jennifer.
Well, y'all, it's been fun.
Well, click off.
When Jennifer grabbed that microphone,
because all she do is sing duets on there. And
she got ate up by that one little girl.
She got ate up by that dude that be singing.
With the pink hair.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Look,
no, it is. It's not. It's actually entertaining. Like
I'm
gonna watch because I like to see. I used to enjoy seeing Wendy on MSNBC and all that stuff.
Me too.
So I think I will give it a shot because it was nice to see her not in the environment, always having to defend her. Like be on guard. So I'm gonna check it out.
It's what she it's so funny because you hear the Wendy talk show like girl again, but this is actually what she is good at and what she does.
I can believe
so
that.
it's actually it ain't bad.
I didn't think it was bad. I saw some stuff of it on it too, and I think that she does pretty well. But just her description of it was confusing me. But seeing it, I see what she was meaning by it. So it's like the BET Awards, but in T.
North Korea.
So we have Nneka meeting up with her sister, and baby, I thought they were twins. They look so. Am I the only one that thought they were twins? Because they look so much.
So they look like twins, but the sister prettier.
They look like twin sloths.
Because that ponytail her sister had almost given me Jennifer Williams.
Look how looking at you. I couldn't even say a word. My God. The sister is cute though. She looks more
put together.
That's what it is. Like
she wear the money don't wear her.
But that's what I was gonna say. She seems like she admires her a lot. Like she was, she's had a baby, she's doing this, she's doing that. Like, it was good kind of see her like talk about somebody that was positively. Because to me, she's the one that walks around like she's better than everybody else. Even though she just wants to be in the clique, the popular girls clique, she doesn't fit in to me.
And we ain't seen it yet.
And I ain't seen a thing yet, but her stiff. Anyway, so do we have any?
She probably used Giselle's the construction guy.
Y'all know she looked like that slow moving sloth.
You still on it?
She does.
Man, shit.
She be sauntering the whole episode.
Well, yeah,
she do.
Nneka Slither.
You know what though? It was good to see. I wish they kind of had maybe showed that like that situation and about her. Yeah, at the beginning. It was good. It's good to see that the whole family is like successful from what it looks like and doing big things. So that was really, really good to see. And the mom and the dad, when they was naming them kids, they loved them some silent ends.
Sorry.
Double in.
Sorry. But it was good to see.
I want Lisa to name them all.
Anyway, but I did put that essentially like her dad, like seeing all that, it's like they got it out the mud, and that would have been better than just seeing her go off on her husband, talk about babies and stuff, because that's so generic to me. Like every housewife starting in, they just want to get a baby, they start to get married, and it's just.
One other thing though, because Jasmine, you mentioned earlier that her and Candiace kind of have similarities. Her talking about her backstory made me think about Wendy's backstory as well. Like her dad, he was driving a cab, and Wendy's dad was working at Wendy's, and that's how she got that name. So I'm just like, y'all are two like similar backgrounds to be going at it the way y'all are. But. Well,
it's the way she talks about her sister to me. It's she admires her, but I can see that she talks. It's not, and I don't mean this because she probably does it, but I can see it kind of being a level of jealousy behind it too. And it's just like I don't feel like I think she genuinely loves her sister. She's proud of her. She wants to. She idolize her. I'm from Chattanooga. I can't say it for real, but you know what I'm saying. But I see that it could be maybe misconstrued as jealousy a little bit, just either here and there. So I think that if people are gonna, you're gonna agree or disagree. Like I think there's a level of jealousy that she has for Wendy. Like I just think it is. Like Wendy, she's clear, she's got a loving husband. They're college sweethearts. There hasn't really been any scandals with her marriage. She kind of walks freely, and she has the room and range to do other things, even if nothing comes from it. She can do candles, she can do home decor, she can do all of these things. And her husband's like, okay, honey, but spend your own money. You know what I'm saying? Like have a business plan and things like that. And I think that, I just think that Nneka wishes that her at almost 40, or if she's not already 45, that she would have had life because her sister was married and everything by 23. She's done the list that she had for herself, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does.
Jealousy.
Yeah, I mean, her neck is necking. So anybody else have anything to say about that particular.
Yeah, I just want to say they could have showed this episode from scene 1 and it still would have been a chop for NECA for me.
Golly.
Well,
damn.
you tell me exactly how you really feel about it, actually.
Yes, they because it still would have been a chop because she was still gonna come at Wendy the way she did, and that just
probably so.
Because the jealousy's still there. I do think she's jealous. I mean,
and it's crazy because they are similar.
I mean, right, and it can't be about looks because Wendy is beautiful.
That ain't it.
I think NECA is
That
not.
ain't it.
I think her
Wendy's is beautiful as hell, and she prance around the damn White House invitations all the time. Like Wendy.
Yeah, the thing is, NECA is used to being around people where she is the elevated one.
Yeah.
And now that she's around people where there's somebody who's really more elevated than her in some aspects, you know, I feel like they're elevated in each other in different areas.
Oh.
But when it comes to status, Wendy has way more than her.
Wendy go to the White House at.
I said when it comes to status, Wendy got more than her. That's part of the status to me.
That NECA don't have nothing over Wendy.
I mean, according to NECA, she got more finances than Wendy.
According to NECA, her foundation is not 440, and that's what it's supposed to be.
And still got no walls put up in the one she live in.
Ooh, I wish I could touch your nose.
NECA can't even afford foundation.
Everybody's house looks like
we can't afford a color match.
Build it up, please. Everybody needs a color match as well. So 50 440 NECA.
Rihanna made it possible.
440. Is that the number? Is that what it is?
I'm sure Giselle got some every hue.
She ain't got even a hue for Grace.
That's probably what she wearing. That's probably what NECA wearing.
You know the collection stopped at the paper bag. So that's what NECA wearing. You can wear the paper bag.
That's what she wearing, every hue. And it's all
every paper bag is wearing, and she needs to stop. She needs to go get some Fenty.
And to be quite honest, if Giselle hadn't been so mean to Wendy, Wendy might have took that rest of the every hue off of her hands for her mama.
She did. All right, thank you guys for that. The next thing. Oh my God! I spit everywhere. Gosh, I'm sickly. Okay.
Jesus Christ!
Thank you guys for leaning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The follow button. Yeah, I told you. I'm gagged. Danny has really been different lately.
Y'all got me crying.
I'm not in my congenial era.
Oh my God.
I wrote everything down I want him to write. Anyway. Well, everybody's hue changes every now and again. So the next thing is dang. I just want to say, Grace, you're such a beautiful woman.
She is. She's a beautiful
Find your color. Because whatever you're wearing, it ain't it. Okay, so we get to Karen and Giselle meet up with Grace and Raven. Both daughters have grown beautifully. Raven gives, advice about college, says the homesickness is fleeting. I can agree. I cried like a baby when my grandmother left me on that porch, on the sidewalk. And as soon as she left, I went and wrote up a book. I went and read my books. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Anybody else felt like that? Please let me know in the comments when you went to college. Were you homesick? How did you go back home a lot? Because I didn't really go back home a lot. I stayed there. I stood in the mud with it, and I just, let that go. But
I wanted to be homesick. They would not let me go away.
Wow.
I listened to Big Girls Don't Cry on the ride up. And I was like,
I wanted to go to Florida State so bad, but I ended up going to UM.
Okay.
But
they
did not let me go.
You wanted to go to FAMU, you said?
Florida State.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He said FAMU.
He said FAMU. I occasionally got homesick, but I'm an only child, so you know what I'm saying. I think there was a level of I had a strict parent, so I was ready to fly. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to kind of get out of bust out my shell. I was actually very quiet and shy. Can y'all believe that? So Robyn and Juan and the kids go stretch. And her kids are actually starting high school. It's just so crazy to see all these kids grow up like that. Because I mean, my God, like high school, like he's about to be grown, going to prom and doing all this stuff. It's just so crazy to me. I really didn't have much to say about that.
But I just want to say, the same way Raven didn't want to be there, it looked like Grace really didn't want to be there either.
Well, I think she's just tired of talking about it. She wants to go. Kind of like what's her name?
Alora.
Kind of like Alora.
Listen, Grace ready to go.
Do it.
Over. Let that breathe. That's what Grace ready to go do.
And then she gonna come back 4 years later.
Let that
and get Jason. Let's not be fooled. I really think this is not over for Grace. Grace is gonna be on somebody's summer house, or
I think she would do well. I think
Yeah.
knowing her personality, it's one of them things when you meet people. Not saying it like that, but when you meet somebody that you have really loved for a long time, like a celebrity, I think that when you meet them or kind of see them in different lights, like Jennings. I used to love Life Jennings, but seeing him on Love and Hip Hop and with Carly Red. Like it was just stuff like that. Not saying that, but people love Grace. But I'm just saying, seeing her real personality and how she really interacts with other grown people would be like, I kind of don't want to see it. Kind of like the Judice girls, like them being like.
Are the twins at like boarding school or something?
All right. No, they're not. They're not at boarding school at all. But where are they?
How you doing?
Where are they? They don't wear the right ponytails. Now, Grace doesn't wear the right foundation, and their ponytails do not match. They need some.
I was just saying, we haven't seen them at all this season. I do think Raven gave Grace like that good, like, you know, you just kind of get in there. You're not supposed to know everything up front, but you kind of, you know, figure it out as you go. That was like some really good advice. But I do wonder if Grace and Alora are like friends. Are they like cool, or
Alora might be just too like heavily for Grace. I don't know.
I don't think.
But Alora seemed like she was already kind of like, you know, into her like city girl era.
She's way more outgoing than Grace.
I was just gonna say, because she said she was already, Heaven said she was already there, getting her job, getting everything. She was already getting stuff there. I can see her pledging her sorority, being a it girl on that campus. Alora, Grace will be a legacy.
Probably cool. Aren't they roommates or something?
Are they?
Oh, I don't know.
I saw them take a picture together.
Yeah, they did take a picture together.
That was when they left, right?
Yeah, I think they both started at the same time because.
Yeah, they started this year.
Well, listen, they're about to be sophomores in August. That'd be cool.
Wow.
If they passed all their classes,
they will.
I think it just kind of goes. But anyway, Robyn, I went to a PWI, Chase.
I did as well.
On that note, let me take that down.
Thank you. Robyn talks about getting an invite from Candiace and is confused. She says that Candiace has to be confused about, you know, just by sending her that invite, and that they need to talk. She also talks to Juan about spending more time together, and did he fall asleep?
He was faking, but yeah,
he fell asleep. Very telling of their relationship. First of all, I love Sheila. You know, the next sliding scene was Ashley and Sheila getting her makeup done, getting their face done and stuff like that. And I absolutely love Sheila. I think Sheila is what brings Ashley up for me in any way, because I cannot stand Ashley. So
I can't see Sheila without thinking about Cortez. He loved him some Sheila and that.
I do love Sheila.
I think of him every time.
Chase. Hey, Chase. So anyway, does anybody have anything to say? Well, before I get to that, and we go to Candiace's setup for the Mother's Day event, and the people are saying that Candiace brought the first taste of luxury to the show. Everybody shows up, but Wendy, Giselle, and Robyn. We see Wendy's friend, how do you say her name?
Kiarna.
Kiarna and I liked her.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you guys think about that. My questions are, how do we feel about the event? How are we liking Kiarna? Do we think that Robyn has some type of reasoning? You know, is it valid for her not for her conversation about the invite? And yeah, I mean, I guess the Grace thing. I mean, that part. So, Asia.
Robyn is smart to not go. Candiace's event. Wendy was also smart to not go to Candiace's event with her mama. And NECA and her family be there. So yeah, that was smart. I liked the event. I thought it was cute. It was the first taste of luxury, like we said. It was good, and I like Kiarna. I do like her a lot. I really wish we had her instead of NECA.
Yes, I do agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Antonio.
Yeah, the event looked really good. It was, you know, the violin. Did you see the man painting or the lady drawing the pictures of them as well? So it was like those type of details I really liked, and I really enjoyed it. The event looked amazing. I would love to see more of Kiarna. She seems like the right amount of ghetto fabulous.
Right.
You know, when I see her, and I mean that in the most positive way, like she seemed like the right amount of, like, she is professional and a business owner, but she also still remembers, you know, kind of where she came from and who she is. So I would love to see more of her. Robyn does have, you know, valid points at, you know, being mad at Candiace, and I am glad that the people that did not come didn't, because I think the event would have turned into, you know, something more than what it was supposed to be. So yeah, I thought it was good though.
Yeah, I agree with Antonio. I am very glad that Robyn did not go, because the luxury event got to stay luxury. It wouldn't have been cheap. And I do believe Wendy had a book signing, but I would have loved to have seen a picture of her signing books, not standing outside on the empty sidewalk in front of a store. You know, I would have liked for the people to see her actually have signing books, because everybody was doubting, you know, that was real. But I also think that if she didn't have a book signing, she would have had something else to do. I don't think she would have been. I would not have taken my mom there knowing that. Yeah, that was, you know, that would have started up, because, you know, as much as we like Sheila, Ashley and her forehead would have been, you know, instigating and starting questions and ruining Candiace's event. So I'm very glad. I also enjoyed hearing Candiace sing. I thought she sounded lovely.
She did.
High notes. Okay.
You better sing, Jasmine.
I may be small.
I know. Okay. I agree.
Who do y'all think? Who do y'all think out, as far as the ladies that did come? Who did y'all think was like, okay, they kind of did that? Who was best dressed to y'all at the Mother's Day? Who was giving it?
NECA's sister.
Okay, I
gotta start paying more attention, because you always ask us, and I swear there ain't nobody's look catch my eye.
Nobody
stood out.
I mean,
you know what? Mia stood out to me, but I don't know if it was for the right reasons.
Her feet.
I'm saying Mia didn't do that.
Next question.
No. What was
Next question, Tamika?
No, I think it was. No, I just think it was like, I don't know. Everybody else was in like spring colors, pinks, and, you know, stuff like that. And she came in like she was dressed in all black, like the Omen.
She did a divorce.
Right.
Oh,
Never mind, I don't do that. Leave me and her cabaret alone, because that's just.
She's setting us up.
Mia, she kind of stood out to me. I enjoyed it. I thought the outfit would have been for something different, but, you know, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, probably like a funeral or something. So. I'm sorry.
You gonna wish death on her husband?
No, I'm just saying, like, probably like a funeral. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, this is my first time doing it. I want the whole show. Anyway, Mia talks to Sharice. Thank you, guys. Let us know how you are feeling about that in the comments. I know you will.
No, I gotta say this. I am just still glad that she got the memo from last season. She has not looked sweaty all this season. She has looked like she rode a scooter. She rode a scooter there instead of running.
Well,
Antonio, get that napkin down.
I'm like, I agree. What Jill Scott say? I agree. Okay. Charisse did not look sweaty, but she was actually talking to Mia about talking to Jacqueline. Jacqueline was crying after speaking with her about Mia. Mia says it's not intentional, the lack of communication that she's been having with her. She said she's busy, honey, and I got a lot going on. But then something happened. Neck with the stiff beef and the neck. She says she only knows if Jack, about what she's saying on Twitter and screaming about Mia and saying that she wants to F her husband, that they actually had a dinner. And she said she went on and on about it for 2 hours. And afterwards, she should have paid for a dinner, but she still feels like she paid for the check. Did we see the tweet Jacqueline said in response to that scene? And I also want to just finish that off with Charisse is also asking Ashley about the divorce. And Ashley seems still seems kind of sketchy. And Ashley says, yes, I'm procrastinating. I'm going to stand in. I need to do this on my own. I know I want to be happy, blah, blah, blah. Girl, I'm just still riding the wave. So what do we think about Charisse and Mia talking about Jacqueline? Nick, give a dog. What do we think about her conversation about, the confessional talking about Jacqueline? And did you guys see the response Jacqueline said on Twitter about that?
No, do you know what she said, or do you have what she said?
I know what she said. I just, guys, I don't care.
What's her Twitter?
Jacqueline sits on G's lap. At Jack sits on G's lap, I think. But yeah, so basically, Jack was like, girl, basically, only thing that you got going on is talk about Wendy and you talk about me. You don't have nothing going on. You don't have a storyline. And I've been sitting on G's lap for years. So that's basically what that was. So,
Jazz 1.0. You about to go down to Jazz 0.05.
At least I'm not 2.0. That's fine. Asia. Asia, what you got to say?
I have nothing to say. Oh my God.
No, at least it's point.
Okay. Sorry. That's a lot.
Sorry.
Nneka is a hater. She been a hater. If she stay on the show, she gonna be a jealous hater. Because why she gotta pay for your dinner after she talking about her friend? It's just so weird. Like, why are you bringing this up? Jacqueline not even on the show. She's not filming. What's the point? I don't get it. Just you met this girl one time with Charisse, Champagne Room, whatever her last name is now. Like, it's just so random that Nneka only references things that happen off camera. Mm-hmm. It is so annoying. It's so late, and she's just so poor looking. Her and Charisse, they have all the money in the world, but look like they ain't got nothing. And I'm just tired of it. I'm like,
so I have the tweet.
Let us know.
All right. So Jacqueline says, what's interesting is I'm the topic of discussion in your little confessional. Now, who seems more relevant? Last time I checked, our convo wasn't on camera, and I'm not even on the show this season, but you're speaking about me like I'm there. Get a storyline, better get a hobby. It's only fair for me to speak my thoughts as I seem to be a ghost on this season. That little confessional equals sign, so dry and wrong. The conversation didn't go down like that and certainly didn't last 2 hours. And a tab you think you paid? Laughable. Honey, the fact you're speaking on me, you should run me your check. How about that, love?
Well, Jacqueline and her musty arms has said what she said. Okay.
Well, Jacqueline might have made this episode a 7.
Yeah. Well, it's still more 6 to me.
Took it down 0.2 to me.
The only thing I'm gonna say about this scene that was interesting to me is that Ashley is smart, putting out her own business out there about dragging the divorce. Because when you put it out yourself, people really can't read you for it. Because it's like, because I said it. So it's like Ashley is smart. She knew that's gonna be a topic again at the reunion. So she's smart. At least there's a brain that's giant sized forehead. It's not like a marble bouncing around in there. You know, she was smart. She got ahead of it. She's smart when it comes to being sneaky and conniving and evil. So, kudos.
Cooties. Antonio.
So in regards to, I mean, I guess why Jacqueline name kind of came up, because it was just kind of like, I guess, two homegirls, like, oh yeah, you know, I saw such and such, and it was odd though that I guess Cherie said, oh, Jacqueline started crying, and then later on we, you know, it was, oh, but she then dogged you out to some random person. And I don't doubt that Jacqueline didn't do that. We've seen how she moves. We know how Mia moves. We know NECA is always going to neck. We know Sharice is always going to sweat. So we just know how all those people involved, how that kind of goes. So whatever. I agree. Ashley is smart.
That's crazy.
And she knows that she needs the security of Michael to help pay for this $2 million home that I still don't see the $2 million, but who are me?
The land.
Oh yeah, sure. I hope she got some horses or something on it. But yeah, so Ashley is smart putting it out. And Sheila was having, but did y'all see Sharice had kind of took Sheila's wig and dyed it black? The little curly wig, the little Jerry curl looking wig.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I did not see that, Antonio. You have such a great eye. Thank you for that. I agree. Don't ask me who I agree with. I just agree. Thank you, guys. I want to let you guys know we're going to be putting in the link to call. I'm going to get to this last scene with Candiace and Rob, Big Shoulders. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you call in. There's the link. Thank you. Okay. My 2 cents about Nick, before I go to this last scene, my 2 cents about the whole thing is like I think Asia said, she always, or was that Danielle? Okay. She always says something about something off camera. I definitely agree with that. Like, if she doesn't have nothing going on, because like I said in the beginning, the basics of housewife, 101 is get on there, have a baby, make a storyline, talk about your husband, and then start stuff with, the top person on the show. Now, granted, Wendy might not be the top person to everyone, but at this point, the seasons, before are proving that, what I'm saying, she's either enemy number one or she's somebody that you need to tanker with to be relevant to me. I think that Jacqueline is musty. And I also think she's telling the truth.
She forgot her deodorant.
I think she's musty, but I also think that she's telling the truth about that. They would just keep keying, and she was probably saying stuff about Wendy and talking about Wendy's mom bleaching or whatever the case may be. So I just think that Nichols, what I'm saying, she sees the vibe of how people feel about people, and she kind of follows that vibe. Oh, Jacqueline, she's a little dingy, so she threw that little confessional in there or whatever. So Nicholas just never has anything. Like I said, the only positive thing I saw her talk about for real was her family and her sister. Yeah. And that to me still had like a foundation of hate, jealousy behind it.
Foundation of not matching.
Yes.
That's what I thought Jasmine was gonna say, actually.
What?
Foundation not matching.
Well, we know that. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, none of it matches. So she needs Fenty 440. So that's just it. And honestly, she needs a better wig. So outside of that, we're gonna go to this last scene. Candiace and Robyn meet up. Everybody was talking about, it's really like kind of split, down the middle. Like, a lot of people don't really care for Candiace, and they think that she never really holds accountability for her actions. Candiace has went on a different, I think she was on Angela Yee's show the other day, kind of talking about how she felt like the initial interview was edited differently or edited wrong, or what I'm saying, really wasn't kind of explaining everything. So Robyn, pretty much what I got for her, Robyn stands firm saying, Candiace, I'm not going to throw my husband under the bus, giving her reasons for why she did not kind of give out any details about, the issue with her and Juan, which I think Robyn has maintained that consistency from the jump. But do we think, a reality show that makes it right? Because in the end of the day, she also profited off of it by keeping those skeletons in the closet and then asking people to pay for those skeletons after the fact on
Patreon.
I knew I could figure it out. And Candiace stands firm in thinking that Robyn intentionally hid her issues and made the Giselle and Chris thing a bigger issue, trying to kind of be on her side in one breath, and then toward the end of the season, kind of being on that fence as if she did not believe that Giselle was wrong and insinuating that her husband was a sneaky link or made me go into a room or something like that. So basically, to me, what I saw was that the line was drawn in the sand. Nobody's going to move, and everybody wants somebody on the other end to hold accountability. What I've seen on Twitter is people are saying that Candiace should understand why Robyn did not, that why she feels like she's owed an apology, because she went on Twitter, she called her a fraud and things like that. But in the grand scheme of it, a lot of people are feeling like Candiace has a valid point of Robyn knowing that she had this issue and not believing that she didn't tell Giselle the issue ahead of time, and knowing that Giselle had this issue, kind of just covering it up by adding some more dirt and poop to the flowers. So I give you all that to ask you guys for your opinions. Do not forget to like and subscribe in the comments. Do not forget to call in and let us know how you feel that way. Because what I feel like is what Antonio constantly says: two things can be right at the same time. So Antonio,
you go first.
Antonio, go first.
Okay. With this, to me, when Robyn was walking in, my first thought was she always just looks so pedestrian. Even when she's dressed up, she just looks so pedestrian. I know they didn't have anything to do with the scene, but that was the first thing I saw of Robyn, so I wanted to put that out there. I guess the breakdown is not. I think Candiace did have valid points for sure. I think the breakdown between the two is that if they really were friends or had a genuine friendship, then it could have been handled a bit differently. And where she could have went to her friend, without social media and kind of, had a real discussion about it. Even if it did spill into this season, as far as them trying to figure it out, I think it still could have been handled differently. It's also odd to me that Robyn is so for protecting her husband and believing in the sanctity of marriage and what they have going on, but she is so quick to be ready to throw someone else's husband, under the bus or trying to embarrass somebody else. But now when the shoe is on her foot, she doesn't know how to take it, and she's becoming overwhelmed and unhinged, and she's looking embarrassed in every season. Like in every scene, she's left just looking crazy to me. So I think that they both have some valid points, but I think that if they really are friends, they should be able to talk through it and get over it. Funniest thing though was when Candiace was leaving out the door and the guy was like, "Thank you, goodbye," or something like that. That was funny.
Yeah,
it was probably like a voiceover add in, but still.
Thank you, goodbye. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Danny.
Okay, Danny.
Okay.
I just want to hear what Danny got to say. I'm so sorry. I just have to.
Whether Robyn whether she's wrong here, to me is one thing, but I understand why she's mad at Candiace. Mm-hmm. I also think that if Candiace truly feels, that Robyn was part of the whole thing with Giselle and Chris, why do you still want to be her friend? Why are you fighting?
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I also think she truly believes that Robyn is part of it, because she sat there and seen them try to cook up that rumor about Moniece and the paternity of that baby. She knows that how low they will stoop to do things. Robyn, I also wouldn't even mind, honestly, if Robyn didn't volunteer that information herself on the show. I said this before. If Robyn wasn't always one of the soldiers trying to get everybody to bring their information out and put everybody else's there, when she was patting her cooch arguing with Wendy, it was because she talked on Wendy's marriage, defending Giselle. Then the other part about it, so Candiace to me has not done anything worse to Robyn. than has been done to her. Because Ashley grabbed Robyn by the hair and swung her around for seasons. And she's still her
spilled
friend.
all Robyn tea.
The real reason she is not willing to move forward with Robyn is because Giselle's not moving forward with her, and that's the bottom line. They need both of them teamed up to try to ice her on out. That is the real reason. And I'm very sorry, but whether you love Candiace or hate her, if you take Candiace and Wendy out the equation, just cancel the show.
Boo.
Bottom line.
I agree.
So that's all I got.
Aisha, are you ready to go now, sweetie?
Yeah, I just I was intrigued. It's so crazy because like I understand Robyn's stance more than I understand Candiace's stance in this instance. Like it sucks because Robyn is such a loser. But girl, like at the end of the day, show or not, whether I put it behind a paywall or not, like I'm not about to embarrass myself more on this show. I'm already embarrassing enough.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you want from me? Yeah, the problem is Robyn plays that game with other people's families and husbands.
Yes.
So when it's happening, it's just like,
what are you doing to me?
That 58% come out, and it's just like, I didn't do me. Why me? And it shows. Now with Candiace, she kind of, I ain't gonna lie, you messy. And this is the first time like they've just let Candiace be messy without doing too much to her. Candiace is not a perfect person. And you know good and well, even though Robyn brought that speaker out on you, you know that's the game she played. You know you can't play that game back with her. So when you got on that interview and said fraud and then started typing, like, what did you expect? And you didn't even give her a heads up, like, hey, I'm about to talk shit, like, because I'm mad at you. I don't even know. Maybe she did. I don't know. But she should have done something. Like, when you start that shit, you better be ready for the fight. And at the same time, you ain't been ready for the fight. You gonna have to learn at some point. Like, you gotta be able to understand, like, your words have power. Unfortunately, it's to these birds, and they take it seriously. They take it to heart. So, Candiace, like, you know good and well why she's not effing with you. And the fact that she didn't give her a heads up at all, and it's kind of like saying it, but not explaining to Robyn, like, oh, I'm doing it just for this, or I'm doing it for that. Yeah, she done with you. And her bestie, her, I'm not gonna say master, but her big dog is like not effing with you either. Of course, she's not gonna hang out with you. Of course, she's not gonna mess with you. She doesn't have to. They're coasting through this season by not talking to you, and you lucky you at least got this. And I think Eric at least forced this one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, and I'm really upset that at the reunion she's gonna cry over her friendship with Robyn. That's gonna piss me off.
It shouldn't. I hope she don't. It shouldn't. You know why? Because Candiace, if you want to be weak, be weak. I don't mind Candiace crying at all, but this is some weak shit to cry over. And do better, because at the end of the day, just like Monique wanted to be friends with the Green Eyed Bandits, so does Candiace. And it's showing. So, no, soldier up.
That's what I want. Cuss them out.
And get ready for the union.
I truly believe, I don't think that she wants to be friends with the Green Eyed Bandits. I just think that she really thought that her and Robyn were friends.
How?
Because she's done it. That's a consistency thing with her. She thought that her and Ashley was friends.
She thought she's gonna watch what happens on last night, that she still loves Ashley.
She's right. She has thought these things, and that I mean, those are false. I mean, to me, I think that if we're gonna ask Candiace to have given her a heads up, it would Giselle put that out there last season that she told Robyn immediately after the whole Chris thing. So why didn't Robyn give her the heads up about
I said Robyn plays those games, but Candiace can't play those games back with them. So I'm not saying she should have, but if she wanted the relationship to stay the same way, she got to play the game with them, because that's how they are.
Yeah,
the 58% is what I'm talking about. Yeah, like it don't work. It don't work for Candiace. Like, I'm sorry, you don't have that 58% Robyn has. That's it. I mean, it's a double standard, and Candiace knows she has to live up to this double standard, and she wants to be friends with this girl who gonna dog her. These people are gonna dog you, right? Season over season, so you can either be friends with them or you can soldier up and be on this show and sing your notes.
I know. So I think that I think that I agree with that. She needs to either stand her villain era or play nice.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
just don't think that she has the ability to play nice. I think she can do it for a little bit, but then it gets too much when they play in her face. So she needs to just embrace the villain era. And half the time, that's what's going to get you liked a little bit more on these seasons for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Robyn is just these are white tears, and I'm sorry. This is white tears because she's done it. They've done it to everybody on the show. They've maligned every male on the show, including Ashley's husband. Now, I cannot stand that man. Like, literally, I cannot stand Michael Darby. But Robyn was still a part of that whole. He said he wanted to suck Ron's thing. Was she not? Did she not agree and double down on that?
Yeah.
So Robyn, like Asia said, she'll throw her little sense out, or she'll do this, but she do not want to have that back. And that to me is just like just too much. So
yeah,
I agree.
I hope Candiace just soldier up. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Like we need you to keep growing on this show. Soldier up now.
Well, I mean, they always saying that she talks so, she's classed and she's this and that, but she's the only one that has actually grew up in more of an elitist situation than majority anybody on this show. So it's just that was me. Like, she went to these private schools, she was in pageants, she was in ballet and all these things, and then there's Giselle that lives in a ranch. So
with a barn attached and a stairway to heaven in the back.
Lives in a Sims house. So do we have any questions?
We don't.
Oh, well, honey, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and slide on out. I want to thank you guys for leaning in with us. Please, if you did not catch us right now, then definitely do the rewatch. Don't talk in the comments because I'll be in there and I'm gonna cut you back out. So thank you, Danny. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Jasmine 1.0. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Antonio, are you seeing them tomorrow too?
Yes.
Okay. See you tomorrow for marriage.
No, not me.
Sammy.
No, I'm on Salt Lake City tomorrow.
Let's see Sammy and let's talk about Quad again. But tomorrow is Married to Medicine, the finale of the reunion for
Salt Lake
City, Miami, Beverly Hills. No,
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Miami, honey, I don't know whatever. And Bell Collective on Monday. So
Bell Collective done. Today was the final part of the reunion. We done.
Well, don't come back on Monday except to see us.
Watch. We just filmed it, so go back and watch it.
Watch it. We just filmed it. Go back and watch it. Thank you, Asia.
All right, bye guys.
Lena.
Peace.